Hello, you're watching Shalom World News. I'm Katie Asco from Dublin, Ireland, and these are your latest headlines from around the world. An abduction spree targeting schools and universities in Nigeria is continuing, with the latest taking place at the University of Abuja. Armed bandits abducted 4 employees from staff quarters and 2 of their children on Tuesday, November 2nd. The university alleged that although troops were alerted, they failed to arrive on time. This year alone, armed men have abducted more than 1,400 students. The US state of Virginia has elected a new governor who opposes abortion. Republican Glenn Youngkin defeated former Democratic Governor Terry McAuliffe by claiming a close-cut 50.9% of the vote. The Virginia Society for Human Life, the oldest pro-life organization in the nation, has congratulated the new governor, who is vocal about his pro-life stand. The organization shared their hope that Governor Youngkin would end the aggressive push to dismantle Virginia's pro-life laws. The head of the Greek Orthodox Church, Patriarch Bartholomew of Constantinople, has blessed a new shrine at Ground Zero in New York City, close to the monument dedicated to the victims of the September 11th terrorist attack in 2001. On Tuesday, November 2nd, the Patriarch blessed the domed shrine dedicated to Saint Nicholas in the presence of priests, prelates and believers, and ceremoniously opened the glass doors of the church. Designed by Spanish architect Santiago Calatrava, the shrine replaces an earlier Orthodox church that was destroyed when the South Tower in the 9/11 attack collapsed. The Holy Father, Pope Francis, offered a Requiem Mass on Thursday, November 4th for the repose of the souls of the Cardinals and Bishops who passed away last year. The Mass was celebrated in St. Peter's Basilica for the souls of 17 cardinals, 3 of whom died with COVID-19. His Holiness also prayed for the 191 archbishops and bishops who lost their lives in the pandemic over the past 12 months. Every November, the Pope offers a Requiem Mass for the recently deceased cardinals and bishops. Last year, the Memorial Mass was celebrated for the souls of 6 cardinals and 163 bishops. Catholic bishops of Sri Lanka have denounced the introduction of a new one country, one law policy by the government. Observers say the move is aimed to appease the Buddhists, who constitute a majority in the island nation. In a statement issued by Bishop Winston Fernando, who heads the Episcopal Conference, the Sri Lankan prelates urged the government to abandon the intended policy. Last month, President Gotabaya Rajapaksa formed a task force headed by hardline Buddhist monk Gananasara Thera to prepare a draft law. The bishop said that the task has left out Hindus, Catholics and other Christian minorities. They also expressed concern regarding the hardliner monk heading the group. Last year, the same monk was sentenced to 6 years imprisonment for contempt of court, but the president pardoned him after he served a few months in jail. The Hungarian government, led by Prime Minister Viktor Orban, has consistently been vocal about protecting the traditional family, as well as the Christian heritage of Europe. Now Foreign Minister Peter Szijjártó has reiterated that the country will protect the rights of families, children and religious freedom, as well as its national identity. Speaking at the UN Human Rights Council in Geneva recently, the minister said Hungary was willing to negotiate on certain issues, but it rejects all attempts to interfere with its sovereignty and democratic nature. Minister Szijjártó said that the government would protect rights and values that are being threatened by secularism in Europe, adding that Hungary does not need the stamp of approval of any external power. Poland is preparing for yet another beatification ceremony, this time of a priest who was tortured and killed by Nazis. On November 20th, Venerable Father Jan Maka, who was guillotined in a prison in Katowice in 1942, will be beatified by Cardinal Marcelo Semeraro, prefect of the Congregation for the Causes of Saints. Ahead of the ceremony, there will be a special novena in all parishes in Katowice Archdiocese. Already, public transport vehicles are wrapped with the image of Venerable Maka, and train and bus stations have posters carrying the details of the ceremony. Father Maka was arrested by the Gestapo on September 5, 1941, and was imprisoned, where he faced torture and humiliation. Father Maka was guillotined on December 3rd the following year. His body has never been found, and it is believed that his remains were incinerated. The Asian nation of East Timor has honoured a late Catholic bishop with the country's highest civilian honour. Bishop Basilio de Nascimento Martins of Bacau has been awarded the Order of Timor-Leste by President Francisco Guterres. The senior-most prelate passed away on October 30th at 71 years old. The president praised the bishop for his humanity and courage during the bloody freedom struggle of the country. He especially mentioned the boldness of the bishop, who personally met with rebel leaders who were opposed to the struggle for independence from Indonesia. Thousands paid homage to the bishop at St. Anthony Cathedral, where his body had been kept before his funeral on Thursday, November 4th. Catholic-majority East Timor gained independence from Indonesia in 2002 after a historic referendum in 1999. In the US, the University of Houston-Clear Lake has been forced to grant recognition to Christian students' organization Ratio Christi after a US court ruled in its favor. The Alliance Defending Freedom filed a lawsuit on October 25th after the university mandated that Ratio Christi could not exclude non-believers from leadership positions. Due to this stance, the Christian organization had been removed from the university's student involvement fair on August 26th. When the court heard the case, plaintiffs argued that the organization was free to select its leaders who practice their faith and have a personal relationship with Christ. With the court ruling in favor of Ratio Christi, the group has since been granted registered student organization status by the university. Ratio Christi is a student organization that uses apologetics to share the gospel and strengthen Christians for the challenges they face on college and university campuses. Those are your latest headlines. Do join us tomorrow and visit swnews.org for more updates. Shalom.